For centuries, the image of Jesus Christ has been largely consistent across Western art and theology. We envision a gentle shepherd, a figure of peace and calm, offering solace and forgiveness. This portrayal has shaped our understanding of his teachings and his very essence. It is an image deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness, one that speaks of compassion and boundless mercy. This traditional depiction has been passed down through generations, becoming the cornerstone of Christian iconography. Yet beneath the earth, hidden for 1,600 years, an entirely different vision of Christ lay waiting. This discovery challenges everything we thought we knew, revealing an alternative, a warrior Christ. This astonishing find emerged from a forgotten chapel deep beneath the ancient landscapes of Cappadocia, Turkey. It presents a stark contrast to the familiar, gentle figure. Here, Jesus is not meek or suffering, but a conqueror ready for battle. This depiction forces us to reconsider the multifaceted nature of early Christian belief and artistic expression. The story begins in Nevşehir, a city nestled within the otherworldly terrain of Cappadocia. This region is famed for its unique, fairy chimney rock formations and ancient cave dwellings, a landscape sculpted by millennia of volcanic activity and erosion. The discovery itself was entirely accidental, a serendipitous moment born from urban development. As construction workers undertook a new housing project, the ground beneath them suddenly gave way, revealing a gaping sinkhole. What lay beneath was far more than just a void. It was a vast, cathedral-sized chapel, meticulously carved directly into the soft, volcanic rock. This subterranean sanctuary had remained untouched for centuries. Remarkably, the chapel had been sealed tight, preserving its contents in an almost pristine state. The ceiling remained intact, and the frescoes adorning its walls retained their shockingly bright, vibrant colors. The initial impression upon entering this hidden space was one of awe and disbelief. Dominating one wall was a towering figure of Jesus, depicted in powerful motion, his eyes fierce and commanding. Scholars immediately recognized this portrayal as unprecedented. This extraordinary fresco presents a figure of immense stature and presence. The Christ figure stands nearly 8 feet tall, a commanding and imposing presence that dominates the entire space. His posture exudes authority and power. In a radical departure from conventional iconography, this Jesus is depicted with a sword firmly in his hand. It is not a symbol of peace, but an instrument of decisive action, ready for combat. At his feet, a devil is dramatically split in half, a vivid testament to Christ's conquering might. The scene is rendered with disturbing realism, complete with visible blood-red pigment signifying the vanquished foe. Even more unsettling are the details that emerge upon closer inspection. From his sleeve, a torrent of fish with human teeth rains down, a bizarre and unsettling element that defies easy interpretation. This imagery adds to the fresco's enigmatic power. Further emphasizing his role as a conqueror, tiny human figures hang from his belt. These are believed to represent conquered souls, trophies of his spiritual or literal battles. The overall interpretation of this fresco is profound. It portrays Christ as a formidable conqueror. This depiction suggests a path to salvation achieved through annihilation of evil, rather than through traditional mercy and forgiveness. The survival of this remarkable artwork, particularly in a region that later came under Islamic rule, is a testament to unique historical circumstances. Cappadocia, like much of Anatolia, eventually fell under Ottoman control after their 15th century takeover. Crucially, the method employed by the Ottomans for dealing with Christian art differed significantly from outright destruction. Instead of defacing or demolishing these sacred images, they often covered them with plaster. This approach was driven by practical considerations. Covering frescoes with plaster was far faster and cheaper than meticulously destroying them. It also effectively satisfied the tenets of Islamic aniconism, which discourages the depiction of religious figures. Ironically, this act of concealment became an unintentional form of protection. The plaster layer, intended to obscure, instead sealed the frescoes away from the elements and the ravages of time. The chapel's deep and narrow location further contributed to its preservation. It was so secluded and difficult to access that it was simply sealed off and forgotten, never repurposed or actively used for worship after its initial abandonment. This unique combination of Ottoman policy and geographical isolation ensured that the warrior Christ remained hidden and remarkably preserved for over a millennium and a half. The very nature of the warrior Jesus image made it inherently controversial, even dangerous in certain historical contexts. Its aggressive iconography was seen as a potential threat to established order. Such violent imagery, particularly when combined with apocalyptic narratives, had a history of fueling radical cults within early Christianity. These groups often interpreted Christ's return as a call to arms against perceived enemies. These burgeoning cults, with their fervent and often rebellious ideologies, posed a significant threat to imperial control. Roman and later Byzantine authorities sought stability, not religious fervor that could incite unrest. To counter these rebel images and ideologies, imperial leaders actively promoted a more serene and authoritative depiction of Christ, the Pantocrator, or Christ as ruler. This image emphasized divine order and imperial authority. Communities that clung to the warrior Jesus imagery or similar radical interpretations were increasingly branded as heretical. Their beliefs were deemed subversive and dangerous to both church and state. To avoid condemnation and sometimes persecution, these communities literally hid their art underground. They were, in essence, entombing their faith, concealing these powerful images to escape imperial wrath and maintain their beliefs in secret. Modern technology has provided unprecedented insights into this ancient artwork. Conservators are now employing advanced techniques, including lasers and 3D scanners, to meticulously study the fresco without causing any damage. These sophisticated tools allow for the creation of detailed three-dimensional models, revealing every brushstroke and nuance of the original artistry. This digital preservation ensures the fresco's legacy for future generations. Pigment analysis has yielded fascinating details about the materials used by the ancient artists. It reveals the presence of expensive ultramarine blue, a pigment derived from lapis lazuli, which was mined exclusively in distant Afghanistan. The use of such a costly material underscores the significance and wealth of the community that commissioned this chapel. It speaks to their devotion and their ability to acquire rare and precious resources. Radiocarbon dating of organic materials found within the chapel has precisely placed the artwork's creation around 430 CE. This dating is crucial for understanding its historical context. The mid-5th century was an age of profound chaos and upheaval across the Roman Empire. It was a time marked by existential threats, including the terrifying incursions of Attila the Hun. In such a tumultuous era, the need for a powerful fighting savior would have been deeply felt. This warrior Christ offered a potent symbol of divine protection and ultimate victory against overwhelming odds. This extraordinary discovery in Cappadocia forces a profound re-evaluation of early Christian art and theology. It shatters the monolithic image of a uniformly gentle Christ, revealing a much richer and more diverse spiritual landscape. The existence of such a powerful and aggressive depiction challenges our modern understanding of how Jesus was perceived and worshipped in antiquity. It suggests a spectrum of belief far wider than commonly acknowledged. This warrior Christ offers a window into the anxieties and hopes of a specific community facing immense challenges. Their faith was not just about passive acceptance, but about active divine intervention against evil. The fresco serves as a tangible link to a lost chapter of Christian history, a period when different interpretations of Christ's nature and mission coexisted. It reminds us that religious narratives are dynamic and evolving. It also highlights the complex interplay between religious belief, political power, and artistic expression. The suppression of this image was not merely theological, it was deeply political, aimed at maintaining social order. Ultimately, this underground chapel and its fierce Christ compel us to question our assumptions. They invite us to explore the hidden depths of history, where forgotten truths can still emerge to reshape our understanding of the past. The unveiling of this warrior Christ is more than just an archaeological find. It is a resurfaced truth. It reminds us that history is rarely as simple or as linear as we often imagine. The traditional image of Jesus, while enduring and deeply meaningful, represents only one facet of a complex historical and theological narrative. This discovery adds a powerful, previously unseen dimension. This ancient fresco challenges us to embrace the full spectrum of early Christian belief, including its more radical and militant expressions. It expands our understanding of faith in times of crisis. The story of its concealment and rediscovery is a testament to the enduring power of art and belief. Even when buried and forgotten, these expressions of faith can re-emerge to speak across millennia. This warrior, Christ, with his sword and vanquished foes, stands as a potent symbol. He represents not just a historical artifact, but a profound reminder of the diverse ways humanity has sought solace and strength in the divine. His fierce gaze, once hidden, now challenges us to look deeper, to question what we think we know, and to appreciate the rich, often surprising tapestry of human history and faith. Stand in that cavern and you feel it. History isn't straight, it spirals. Each age paints the Christ it needs. One age craves mercy, another demands a warrior. This fresco reminds us, there isn't one Jesus in history. There are many. And which one survives depends on what people choose to remember or to forget. So, what about today? Do we need the gentle shepherd or the fighter with a sword? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Turkish Odyssey for more hidden stories from history's underground. Thank you for watching. See you in the next adventure.